Welcome back to Smok'n Jay's Garage. I am standing today inside of the brand new 2024 255X from Yamaha. This is going to be the twin 1.8 liter supercharged engines, but we do have the 1.9 liters that we are going to show you later on in the video, okay? They're not in this boat, they do have them in a different boat. A couple of things that I want to go over. First of all, we are outside. This boat is not yet prepped for sale, but they let me go through it. So I'm going to show you a couple of things that dealer prep includes, and we do have the highway right behind us, so there's going to be a little bit of noise. I apologize for that. Also, there are not yet batteries in this boat, so they hooked up a jumper pack for me, and that is going to be alarming periodically because the voltage is low. The color. This is a gray color, and I absolutely love this. I'm going to show you right on the back here because this is probably the best spot where you can see it. This gray looks absolutely gorgeous. I think that the marine mat is a little bit lighter than what it was last year, but I'm not positive because with the darker gray, it might just be making it look lighter. But we have the perforations in the seat here that are supposed to be like cooling. That is really nice. This gray just looks really, really good. If you look at the rest of the boat here on the back, it's going to be very similar to 2023. The speakers here still have the tape on them, so they are not actually blue. Those are chrome. That's just covered up. Pop-up cleats. We got our water access over here. We got our stereo. You can see that this stuff is not cleaned yet. And over on this side, we have our USB, no, I'm sorry, not USB. That's a 12-volt cigarette lighter plug, which was the same as what it has been in previous years. But if you move up front here, this is new. This used to just be a USB. Now it is also a Type-C. And the same with the one over here at the helm. That is also going to have a Type-C on it, and you are going to have wireless charging. Now that came out last year on the 222. They had wireless charging over here on the passenger side. The 225 foot does not have it on the passenger side, but they do have it on the driver's side. The phone clip is wireless charging. Most of this is going to look very similar to last year. I had them turn the screen on so that we could take a look at that as well. That looks like it is going to be pretty much the same, if not exactly the same as last year. I don't notice anything different on that screen. I believe that is exactly the same as last year. You can see that they don't have the speakers up here yet or anything. We got a lot of stuff here still in boxes. I'm gonna have to move some stuff around here to show you, but there are some substantially different things, like the ballast bags are soft again like they were in 2020 and previous to 2020. I'm gonna go ahead and show you underneath the port side. You can see they've got this just jumped up here for me. This bag is just a small bag. The rest of it, this used to be one big bag. Actually, it used to be one big hard bag. It is back to a soft bag, and it hooks up with the one in the back. And we're going to show you that here in just a minute. I'm going to have to move this box here. I think this is the speakers. I'm going to move these, and I'm going to pop up the engine, and we'll show you that here. Hopefully this will block some of the road noise as well. So you can see back here, this is the soft ballast bag again. Again, this is the port side. So you saw the small bag that was in the front compartment. And now the starboard side, you can see that has gone back to a bag as well. These are the 1.8 liter supercharged engines. So these are not any different than they were last year. And I'm gonna go ahead and move this stuff so that we can take a look under here. So underneath this one, this is the starboard side, it also has another soft bag. Those fill up together. Those are not actually separate. There's a hose that goes between them. They're going to fill and they're going to empty together. But it takes up this whole compartment, which I thought in the hard bags there was a little bit of room in here. I know that they had a tray that went over the top of it that was only a couple inches deep. I thought that there was some room in here, and there may actually be a tray in here that isn't taken out, but there is a lot of stuff that's not out in the boat yet. So I'm not positive if there's going to be a tray on top of that or not. I will see if I can find out for you. In here, this is looks very similar, if not exactly the same as it did last year. Those yellow brackets are what holds the tower. When you fold the tower, you need those brackets to hold it in place if you're going to tow or move it around with the tower down. I could be mistaken. I'm going to get down here. Maybe we can get some of that noise out of there and get my eyes out of the sun. I am almost positive that these seats are lower than what they were last year. They are positively lower than what they are in my 2020. Now, if you recall, I have the air seats in mine, but setting up the air seats, depending on how much air you have in them, I can adjust the height a little bit. But I am positive, like I know where I was sitting before I put the air seats on, and these are positively lower than what they were in my 2020 242X. I don't know if they're actually lower than what they were last year, but they're positively lower than what they were in the 24-foot series. The head compartment, again, you can see that they've got the speakers here that haven't been put on yet. Head compartment looks the same. This bar was here last year already. This is new to the 25-foot, not new to 2024. We've got a small glove box on top. There is a key here. Now, I don't know if this is new for 24. Somebody with a 23 let me know. I don't remember there being a lock, but there is a tiny little lock inside of there, and I'm not positive if that's new for this year or not. But when I went over the 25-foot when it first came out in 2021, I remember thinking, well, that's kind of a bummer because I have a lock on my 2020. Now they don't have the option to lock that if you want to stop somewhere to eat and you want to lock up your keys or whatever, you know, your wallet, whatever you're not taking with you. So I'm not positive if that key is new or not. Someone in the comments let me know if 21 through 23 had that key or not. Positively have it for 2024. Now, if you have seen the 22-foot boats from last year, they moved this steering mechanism onto the side of the hull. They did not do this on the 25-foot. That is right there, same as it was before. Cattywampus, crooked. In last year, in the 22-foots, they actually moved it up right over here. They mounted it on the side, out of the way. On the 25-foots, it's back over here in the way. Still a soft bag in the ski locker, and still no shock. So that's gonna fall if I don't hold it up. Mine has a shock. I kind of like that it has a shock. But again, not new for 2024. They went away with the shocks in 2021, I believe. Here's a couple of things that you are getting with your dealer prep. So besides them putting on all the speakers and mounting that stuff, cleaning a lot of stuff up in here, you can see that the windshield is sticking way out here. The rubber pads that cover up all the screws and stuff, those have been, they shrink a little bit as time goes on. So they make them way too long, and then the dealer chops those off before you get them after they've had time to shrink a little bit in the heat, so that you don't end up having them too short. I'm going to give you a closer look at how dirty some of this stuff is. Now I'm not sure how good that's actually going to show up on camera and the light and stuff, but the boat itself is really dirty. They do a lot of work. They put about 8 to 10 hours worth of work between obviously taking the styrofoam off the tower, mounting all the speakers, cleaning everything up. They actually do dealer prep. I don't like paying dealer prep, I'm not gonna lie. When I see the price of the boat, I don't want to add $1,200 or $1,500 on top of that, but they really do a lot of work to these to get them from what they get to what you see in the showroom. Storage in the bow appears to be the same as it was last year. Still 2 cup holders, still hinge seats, small amount of storage here. Same thing with the other side. You can see the sound bar is still here because that's not mounted yet. 2 cup holders. Let me move these filler cushions out of the way here just a little bit. Still the removable cushions so that you have a forward-facing seat. This step, 2 cup holders. I don't want to move this too far. I don't want it to fall off. They got the shipping cover over here. But your ski locker, I'm sorry, not your ski locker, your anchor locker up front, same as it was last year. Now something I just noticed on the screen, there is an auto volume button. This is going to be under your gear icon, which is your settings, auto volume, so that you can turn that on or off and you can set your intensity. I don't know if that was there last year or not. Somebody in the comments let me know, is that new for this year or was that on your boat last year already? Another thing that is new to me anyway, I don't know if this was on last year, is right from this screen you have zone control and you have more than just the front of the boat and the back of the boat. On my boat, I can adjust the front and the back. I can only do it from the head on the transom. I can't do it from here. And here you can adjust, obviously, your subwoofer, your tower speakers, your regular speakers inside, and your back speakers. I think that might be new. Somebody let me know. And also, let's get out of here and go back. Weather channel. That is new to me also. I don't know if that was here last year or not. Again, somebody let me know in the comments. I do not have the weather channel as an option to go when I'm switching from AM to FM or Bluetooth or whatever. The weather is not one of my options. Was that an option last year? Somebody in the comments let me know too, please. Now I just opened up the galley here real quick. This is the same as it was last year, but if you haven't seen it, just so you know, this is what it looks like when it is opened up. I just want to put a plate of cheese and crackers on here. I'm not sure, I know we don't eat on our boat, but I want to put a plate of cheese and crackers on this galley table. I mentioned that these seats were lower. When I'm sitting at the helm, my feet, I feel like they're sitting on the floor better than what they were in previous years. But I can see just fine out here. Now this dash is a little bit different than mine. This is the same as last year, but my dash, you know, came up here and slanted down, but all of this was enclosed. But I'm sitting here at the helm and I have a good view. Now again, we're not in the water, but I have a good view of everywhere here. So I don't feel like I'm sitting too low once I'm sitting here. It feels like it's good. You know, the windshield is, you know, my head is about even with the top of the windshield, which I know some of y'all like to be above that. You still have the bolster in the seat, so you can still use that. But it feels comfortable. It feels good, good visibility. Now we're down over here at the back of the boat. Because this is an X model, you do have your surf points over here. Underwater lights, again, not new for 2024, but we do have underwater lights. I believe these are on all of the X and SE models, possibly even the S model as well. The drain plug is chrome instead of plastic. Not positive if that is brand new for this year or not. My 2020 is plastic yet. I don't know. This is a 25 foot over here as well. This is a 255X. I'm not positive what year this one is. This has the plastic one, same as what mine is. And does not have the underwater lights. So I'm not positive what year they came out with the underwater lights. That might have been, I think last year they came out with the underwater lights, or 2022. Don't quote me on that. Somebody who knows, go ahead and tell me that. But the drain plug being chrome and metal rather than obviously it's chrome plated, but it's actually I think it's feels like it's actually aluminum, but it's not plastic. Now the color of this particular boat is white. Actually, they're parked pretty close here together. I'm gonna try to get you a look at it. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. The 255X on here is all white, as opposed to, and all raised letters, as opposed to a sticker with the larger X. These are all raised. So this is a 252X as well. This is the same color as the one that we saw before, but I thought it was all white. It is actually two-tone. It is white up to here, and then it is gray, and then it is white again above the rub rail. You couldn't see that very well. This one also has the 252, and only the X is raised letters, whereas the one on the other side of the building was all raised letters. But you couldn't really see this color in it because it looked all white. I thought it was all white, honestly. It wasn't until I got here, and now I can see on this one, you can see that it's white and gray. Actually looks really good. All right, we are in another 252X right now. This is the one with the 1.9 liter engines, and this is my first time seeing them. They look gorgeous. Wait until you see these. So this boat is also not yet prepped for sale. You can see that they do have the speakers on behind me, but they've got the wakeboard racks and stuff just set over here. But check out these engines. I'm going to try to get you a spot out of the sun so you can actually see them better. They look really good. I don't know what that extra 40 horsepower is going to do on the water. None of these have been water tested yet, unfortunately, and we don't have water right here to get them out on the water, so I might not be able to get out on one until spring, but they definitely look really cool. Very curious to see how they actually perform. We'll see how that goes. Now, you're probably wondering, and I'm wondering it myself a little bit too, am I going to buy a new 2024? And honestly, I'm not positive. I'm actually gonna go talk to the salesman and look at some numbers. Also, the 1.9 liter engines, I love it. I want one. I want that 400 horsepower, but if I'm gonna get a new boat, don't I want the supercharged one with 500 horsepower? I'm not sure. I am gonna look at prices on these versus prices on the supercharged ones. Right now, prices are very good. They're offering about 10% off for incentives. So that's going to be better than what the boat show pricing is in the beginning of 2024. So I'm not positive. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you want to see. Huge thanks to the guys over here at Team Winnebago Land. If you were watching the unveiling from Yamaha, Team Winnebago Land was mentioned as the #2 dealer in the nation. So congratulations to them. Also a huge thanks to them for letting me come in and film on their boats. Obviously these aren't even prepped for sale yet. These aren't in the showroom. These are just out in the back. They actually even turned down the music for me so that I could monetize this because they have the radio playing. So huge thanks to them. If you're watching this channel for the first time and you haven't already, and you want to, a boom, please subscribe.